Welcome back to the vlog. Today, Kayla and I are going to be doing our question and answer vlog. So if you have not seen us before, my name is Sam. I'm a rising third-year veterinary student at the University of Illinois.
And I'm Kayla. I'm a rising second-year veterinary student.
And we work for a wildlife epidemiology lab that's currently researching Blandings turtles. So here are some questions that people have submitted to us that they would like to know about turtles, about research, and about what we do. So the first question is, what is their diet like in the wild?
In the wild, Blandings eat a lot of different things. They eat crustaceans like crayfish, snails, frogs, leeches, small fish, insects, and some grass.
Next question we have is, why do Blandings have a yellow neck? Now, I'm going to read this story because it is a lot off the top of my head. But there is an old legend of a trickster who thought it would be funny to steal the sun out of the sky. Without the sun, the world was plunged into an icy cold winter, no food could grow, and everywhere was unhappy. All of the largest and the fastest animals tried to steal back to the sun, but they were not successful. But despite being small and slow, the little turtle was actually the one who was able to steal the sun back from the trickster. He walked right up to it and he put it in his mouth to bring it back to the people. So once he released the sun back into the sky, the gods decided they wanted to reward him for bringing the sun back to everybody, and that's why they gave him the brilliantly colored neck. So that's the fable of why Blandings have a yellow neck, but there is no, to our knowledge, scientific reason why these guys have that bright yellow. The next question is, why are they called Blandings turtles?
Blandings are named after an American naturalist named William Blanding, and they were renamed that in 1838.
A little less exciting because they used to be called the turtle with the sun under its chin. Slightly more boring. Next question is, how do you not get bit by mosquitoes? Kayla and I laughed out loud at this one because we do get bit by mosquitoes.
A lot.
Yes, a lot. We use deep woods bug spray, we use high strength bug spray, but honestly, we sweat most of it off very quickly. So even if we douse ourselves in bug spray every 30 minutes, we come home with bug bites every single day. Why do you do research on Blandings?
Blandings are Illinois state endangered, so that is one big reason that we do, because we want to make sure that their populations are staying healthy for generations to come. They are actually endangered, threatened, or under special consideration in almost all of the environments that they're found in throughout the country and in Canada.
How do you sample these guys? Do you run blood work on them to make sure they're healthy? So currently on YouTube, we have an entire video of our sampling procedure for the Blandings turtles, but to give you the quick down low, for every turtle that we get, we take swabs of their mouth, their cloaca, their carapace, their plastron, and we also draw blood on them. So we do blood work on these guys. We do PCV-TPs, we calculate blood cells with hemocytometer, and we also submit chemistries. Next question, do you ever get other animals in your traps, and if so, what do you do with them?
We do. We get a lot of other animals in the traps. A lot of times we get crayfish, we get frogs, other kinds of turtles like common snappers or painteds. What else do we get? Fish,
snails, water bugs that are very gross, minnows, tadpoles, all the fun stuff.
And we do keep track of everything that's in the trap through the software that we use. So we're always making sure that at each trap we know what animals we found in there, turtles or not, and any turtles we catch, regardless of species, we do measure them and notch them as well.
All animals are released from the trap the same day. Important note. Is it possible to give fluids or anything in case of emergencies? Of course. Just like any other animal, in case of emergencies, turtles can be given fluids or drugs to help them. Luckily for us, that doesn't happen often in the field where we come across a turtle who's in need of fluids or some sort of drug, but if there's truly an ill or injured turtle, we either take it to a wildlife center or we bring it back to our university lab, depending on what the condition is. We've had turtles with shell repairs that we just bring to the local wildlife clinic, which is about 45 minutes away, and we had a turtle last year who had a type of intense pneumonia, who we did drive all the way back to campus because he did stay there with us for about a couple of months before he recovered from the pneumonia. So the next question we got was submitted to us many times, and we're hoping it was submitted sarcastically. But the question was, can I have a Blandings turtle as a pet?
No, absolutely not. Blandings are wild turtles, and they need to stay that way. Even though they look like they're really fun and we do love working with them, they definitely need to stay in the wild. For one, it's really hard to meet all of their needs if we try to keep them in captivity. And two, because they are endangered, it is illegal to bother them at all, much less take them into captivity.
Kayla and I do have special permits in order for us to touch the Blandings turtle. So if you do see a Blandings turtle in the wild, please make sure to keep your distance, because depending on what state you are in, it could be illegal for you to even touch its little shell. The next question is a very good one, which is, why are they endangered? So there's many reasons why Blandings turtles are endangered. One of the big ones is alteration or destruction of their wetland habitat. Humans tend to like to build over natural wetlands, and shore development can disturb where these turtles live, where they lay eggs and nest. Another huge way that humans get in the way is road mortalities. A lot of females cross large distances to nest and lay their eggs, including across roads, and humans are slightly careless and they don't pay attention when they drive, and they run over a lot of turtles that are about to lay eggs for the future of the species. Another reason is because people do remove them from the wild for pets or also for food. So please make sure to be safe when you're driving, keep an eye out for turtles that are crossing the road, try and encourage less development on wetland property where these species are trying to live, and then also, Blandings turtles are not food, they're friends, and not pets. The next question is, what needs to be done to help Blandings turtles?
Kind of just bouncing off of that, besides driving safe, the best thing that you can do is help to contribute to conservation efforts. So the way that we are up here in Lake County has a really big Blandings recovery program. What's it called? Program?
Yeah, Blandings. Yes. They have a really big Blandings turtle recovery program. If you would like to name a turtle, all of the money that you spend to name a baby turtle goes directly back into the fund to protect the Blandings turtles that we have here in Lake County.
And lots of other places are also trying to protect Blandings, and they have similar programs, and you can help contribute to them as well.
Next question is, what are practical ways people can be involved in wildlife epidemiology, and is there anything the average person can do to help prevent the spread of wildlife diseases? So the main thing you can do to stop spreading wildlife diseases is to not kidnap any wildlife. There's a lot of people that think they're helping by taking animals out of one location and putting them into another, what they would consider a better location, but relocating can cause a lot of trouble and disturbances within certain ecosystems. Also, you want to make sure not to release any pets you have into the wild. Some people like to remove animals from the wild, keep them for a year or two as pets, and then release them in a completely different area, which is very disruptive. And another big thing is zoonotic diseases. So make sure, especially if you are traveling from one natural area to another, that you're washing your clothes in between, you're washing your shoes and all camping equipment in between all outdoor locations. Also, if you bring your animals hiking outside, be cautious of what the animals could pick up, and make sure to ask your veterinarian if you have any questions with bringing your dog into different habitats back and forth. Another viewer said, if I want to look for turtles at a nearby park, what should I do? How should I look for them? How should I find them?
So it's okay to look at turtles whenever you're out in nature, but as we mentioned, you should definitely give them their space, not try to approach them, not try to move them. The only exception to that really is if you see them on the road. And we've talked about that a little bit. If you saw a turtle crossing a road, it is okay to help them in the direction that they're going. Again, just by being careful and making sure that you're taking all the other proper precautions.
A follow-up question to that was, how do you guys find turtles? Now, a lot of the times we find turtles using radio telemetry. We have about 30 turtles currently that have telemetry sets on their carapace, and you've probably seen it in our video. It's a tiny little metal box with a little antenna coming out of it. So we can use the telemetry set and certain frequencies to track those guys. We also know where to look because we set our traps to find Blandings turtles every year, so we know kind of the hot spots of where these guys have their population. So that's how we find turtles. It would be pretty uncommon for somebody who is just out in nature to find as many turtles as we do, just because we've been pretty prepared to find them. And the last question is, what research project that you've worked on so far has been your favorite? Kayla?
For me, this one has been my favorite. I did some undergraduate research that I really loved, but being in the field is a really cool experience, and I really like it.
So currently I have 3 projects through the Epidemiology lab, all on the Blandings turtles. So I wish I could just say the Blandings in general were my favorite, but my current project this year is investigating RNA pathogens, and I think that one is pretty exciting just because it hasn't been done in a lot of freshwater turtles before. There's a lot of sea turtles and a lot of tortoise research on it, but I'm really excited to delve into if freshwater turtles, including the Blandings, have RNA pathogens, and if they do, what are they? So those are all the questions that we have from you guys. Thank you so much for submitting them. If you have any other questions, Kayla and I do respond to YouTube comments. We also respond to Instagram DMs on my Instagram account, and then the Wildlife Epidemiology Lab also has an Instagram, which we will put here. Feel free to follow them, and the social media chair is very active in responding to any comments and questions you have. So, thank you.
Bye.